There's a growing and insidious trend in right-wing media. It is to take highly misleading and selectively edited videos of President Biden and then use those videos to spread messages virally to cast doubt on President Biden's fitness for office.
This is the year that the media completely screwed the pooch. They really overstepped their boundaries. They overplayed a weak hand. There's 1,000 different ways to say it, but they got caught with their pants down around their ankles, publicly nude. And we all made fun of them. They thought that America was going to go for Joe Biden. And then after Joe Biden stepped out, being perfectly healthy, they thought they'd pull one over that Kamala Harris was in any way appealing and not a completely illiterate, bizarre psycho, unelectable. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. As we go into this, the biggest fraud put across Americans, but I don't entirely blame the media. I blame the people, because the people, you should be able to use your own two eyes, look at Biden, and I mean for the last 4 years, not just recently. We've got clips from long ago that prove he was impaired to a point that if a media person told you that he was sharp as a tack and just fine, you should know better. Like you're literally, I don't believe you're a victim. I don't believe that someone, that you're beyond reproach if someone lies to you, right? If someone tells you, you know, drive your car off a cliff because you'll learn to fly, your car will fly. That's on you, not on them.
Beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer. My memory is fine. The president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate. A solid meeting with and Mitterrand from Germany, from France, looked at me and said, I'm going to be a president for everybody, whether you live in a red state or a green state.
I'm sorry, people, but to my Democrat friends who say they were betrayed by the media, no. Your eyeballs were working just fine on that guy for 4 years. We're going to go to Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks, who's furious at the media because he's a Democrat and he said they lied to him like he's some kind of a victim. Do you give Cenk Uygur a pass? You're going to vote down in the comments below. Is he a victim or is he stupid? Here's Cenk Uygur. My whole life, the media has painted a picture of Joe Biden as a sweet, empathetic man who cares about the average guy. What a load of bullcaca. He financed the slaughter of innocent women and children in Gaza because he wanted more money from his donors. He was an egomaniac who wanted to hold on to power even when he was in obvious mental decline. So why were you supporting him back last year before the debate? Why were you still doing full court press defending him, Cenk Uygur, and attacking Donald Trump as terrible when they're nowhere near the same?
Anyway, I don't want to. Of making Roe v. Wade. The best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
He's reading a teleprompter and he can't read a teleprompter. That should have been your first clue, Cenk. And every Democrat voter out there, I don't give you a pass. Biden was always a blowhard, always a terrible person, always shallow, always non-accomplished. And now everyone, remember when he stepped down, they said it's the bravest, most, just like Biden, so selfless of him to step down and let Kamala Harris. No, he wasn't even selfless there. He was an imbecile and he was mean. He's always been the worst person, was shoved down our throats in 2020. His party would have been much better off. This is Cenk Uygur. Would have been much better off if he graciously stepped down a year ago. No, I'm angry that you elected him in 2020. What do you mean a year ago? 4 years ago, he should have stepped down, but he fought it all the way because his ego is more important than anything else. He put his own interests above everyone else, his own party and his country. Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks, Biden's been doing that his entire career. Where were you 40 years ago when he started doing this? And so here's the MSNBC line trying to cover up. They were doing this giant, just put a blanket over everyone's eyes, pull the wool over hard.
There's a growing and insidious trend in right-wing media, broadcast, print, and social media. It is to take highly misleading and selectively edited videos of President Biden directly from Republican National Committee social media accounts and then use those videos to spread messages virally to cast doubt on President Biden's fitness for office. Here is this headline from the New York Post, quote, Biden appears to freeze up, has to be led off stage by Obama at Megabucks LA fundraiser. The full video posted by Biden finance chair on Twitter shows something entirely different. Biden reacting to applause and then walking off stage with former President Obama. It comes less than 1 week after the New York Post made a cover out of another piece of deceptively edited tape
called The Meander in Chief. I love that video of him shuffling around behind Obama because it's obvious Biden doesn't know where he is. And they're saying that was deceptively edited. That is, they're trying to say that I was lying to you by saying that he didn't know where he was, could barely get around, and probably wasn't the president of the United States all this time. We're back to Cenk Uygur over on X. He did everything he accused Trump of doing. Amen, brother. Thanks for, you're always the last to know, Cenk. He cut off the democratic process in his own party. He lied about his condition over and over again. He didn't lie about it. It's obvious, let alone wild, outrageous lies like getting arrested with Nelson Mandela while protesting apartheid, let alone his uncle being eaten by cannibals. You know, if only we had a clue that there was something wrong with the guy. The problem is Biden's a serial liar, and then he got dementia or senile. So what do you get when you can't tell now if he's lying and with us or just out of his mind. Then at the end, he said he wished he meddled with his own attorney general, Merrick Garland, so that he would have pursued his political opponent earlier and left his son alone. So where were you at when Donald Trump was being meddled with by Merrick Garland? Remember, Joe Biden said he was angry at Merrick Garland for not going after Trump fast enough, that he wasn't politicized enough, is the mourning of the left, that they just didn't get away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids.
We would take the hand-wringing by right-wing media about Biden's mental fitness in videos intentionally manipulated to make him look unfit, maybe a little more seriously if they weren't radio silent about the repeated, glaring, and real mental lapses happening behind podiums and on camera on the part of Donald Trump.
Of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. 159,000.
That's MSNBC saying that Biden wasn't impaired, Trump was impaired. Don't believe your eyes, listen to us. Now, why they're still on the air is beyond me. Happily, their ratings have crashed, but that's not enough for me. I don't think they should even be there. They've discredited themselves so much as the last paragraph of Cenk Uygur's a little too late rant. But I'm much more mad at the media than Biden. Biden is a normal, craven, self-obsessed, corrupt politician. But did the media ever tell you that? Did they tell you he used to be called the senator from MBNA, a credit card company that was one of the largest donors in the Senate? Did they tell you he took over $11 million from AIPAC through his career? No, they actively lied to all of us and told us that Biden was a sweet, empathetic man when he was the exact opposite. Blank the mainstream media. Cenk, you're like 20 years too late. The rest of us have been telling you. I don't know why you don't believe us. I'm just saying, even if you don't believe me, why didn't you believe your own eyes? You're basically the people who believed the Biden scandal, which is the whole right half of America, have discredited themselves as sources of truth, sources of any kind of bravery that might stand up to the kind of dictatorial media regime. They're cowards. I don't believe they're that dumb. I actually think they're wise enough to know what was up with Biden all along. They're the kind of people that hid in a tribe when they thought the populace was going with them. They just hide from that. And now that populace is gone. It has no power. And now they're scattering around going, where's the power? Oh, it's over at Trump? I'll go be pro-Trump. That's where I can hide with more power. No, we're on to you on the left. Thank you guys for watching Doug in Exile. If you want to watch more videos like this, then I'm going to present some on the screen for you to click on. Thank you. I'm Doug in Exile.